What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Roy Jones Jr. Roy Jones Jr. makes an honest prediction for Anthony Joshua versus Danny Dubois rematch, possibly. And this is what he had to say. He'll beat him. Okay, let's go on the depth, what he means by that. He said, first of all, I'm not saying that Ben Davison was a bad trainer. He's a good trainer. But in that situation, I think he might have made a wrong move telling him to gamble, because gambling ain't really the thing to do at that point, especially when the guy has hurt you once. And then he goes on to say, he said, I think Joshua could beat him if he really wanted to. He was in control of the fight at that point, but he got caught early. Then when he got control, he tried to close the door too fast. So the major danger to the animal is the most wounded animal. So I should feel like instructions should have been, we've got him now, but we can't rush him. So take our time. We'll be back in control. Let's just do this till we get him where we want him to be, where we can get him out. So yes, if AJ does the right thing and the smart thing, he can beat Dubois. Those are the spirited words of Roy Jones Jr. Let me counterpunch. I think the instruction was wrong. I think the instructions from Ben Davison made AJ anxious. So when he did hit and rock Dubois, by the way, Dubois has a good chin, bro. Like that same punch that he hit Dubois with, that flattened Ngannou, and he needed oxygen. You know what I mean? So that just shows you the durability level. And I think it's all about age and testosterone and stuff like that. And then, the factor of Danny Dubois, he looks like a big corn-fed country boy from the South. He's a big bloke. You know what I mean? He looks corn-fed. He looks like that. Yeah, he works out and stuff, but you can tell he's just not this body lift. He's naturally big like that. He's just a bulky dude. He's built different, and he took those punches well. But when AJ saw those shots when he landed, I think that spiked up, roll the dice, isn't it? Roll it, right? And he went for it, not implementing the defense like he would with someone like Derek James, because Derek James wanted defense first. You know what I mean? Do the offense, but make sure you tighten up on the defense. You keep that left hand responsible and keep it up. That wouldn't have happened to him if he was with Derek James. And Derek James wouldn't have told him, roll the dice, try to go for the knockout. No, especially when the dude hurt you early. So Roy was right. Anthony Joshua was hurt early. You know what I mean? And I know, the pressure of record-breaking crowd. He's back in Wembley. He's never lost at Wembley. So, that was ticking in his mind, thinking, you know what, I got to win. I just broken a record of all time in Wembley, 96,000+ people. And I just rocked Danny Dubois to just put me down 3 times. It's time to roll the dice. No, it's time to set that shot up again. Drag him into the 7th or 8th round and then roll the dice. Catch him with some shots, systematically pick him apart. You know what I'm saying? Like when Floyd Mayweather, got rocked by Sugar Shane Mosley. He took his time and he dismantled Mosley. He dismantled him. 10 rounds to 2, So AJ should have took more of a veteran approach when it came to Danny Dubois. Sure, you have to do something impactful. You have to make knockdowns or a knockout eventually, because you've already been down 3 times. And I know recorded, I think twice, right? So yeah, by that time, by round 5, bro, that fight, he's thinking, oh, this fight's going to go over quickly. Well, I mean, it was eventually over quickly, but the thing is, he should have got better instruction. And I think that, is a game changer, but I do think he was irresponsible. But I do question Ben, not cautioning him for the mistakes. They only praised him for the positive and didn't really focus on the negative. Even when he caught Wileen, his hand was way down here, throwing that right hand when it should have been up here. You know what I mean? Bow, then versus here. You see what I mean? So it was 2 different instructions from 2 different coaches, and the coach expected him, to do more, Derek James. And then you think about it, what's your career worth? Are you worried about, oh, it's too far away? Or are you worried about your career? You ain't got no wife. You don't have a girlfriend, right? So what do you need to just go back to the UK for if you're training for a fight? You stay where you're much needed and where you're better respected and where you're better trained. You know? So a lot of people think like, oh, that fight will go different. It will go different because what AJ will do at this point, he'll see what he did wrong if the fight's presented to him because Usyk has called out Daniel Dubois. But we're just saying, theoretically, if the fight happens, this is maybe the result. AJ would probably knock out Daniel Dubois. Like the stuff Daniel did, Daniel's just Daniel. I haven't seen Daniel change since. I have not. Everybody said he's in his peak. He's just fighting fighters that made him look good. I keep telling people that. Jarrell Miller, fat, out of shape. Philip Hergovic, overrated. Who else? Anthony Joshua. What the hell was he doing? You know what I mean? So, it wasn't really about Dubois. Dubois comes in and smashes everything in his way. That's what he does. That's his objective. Daniel, get him. It's Danny the dog. Get him. Get him, Danny the dog. Get him, right? That's what Frank says. He's Danny the dog. Get him, right? And Daniel gets him. Danny gets him. So, that's pretty much that. That's the standard of Daniel Dubois. He comes in, got a great strong jab. He back. You know what I mean? And then when he catches you with that jab, he sets you with that right hand, and he's going to follow with some combinations. That's the classic Daniel Dubois. And if you're not careful, he's going to smash you into next week. Shout out to Joe Joyce's chin back when they did fight in 2020. You know what I mean? Now, you got to give respect to that chin because he took all those shots from Danny and still stopped him. So shout out to Big Juggernaut. Big up, right? But anyway, no. Roy Jones, he's questioning the defense. But, yeah, I think it comes down to the defense. But, fair play to Daniel for taking that shot or those shots from AJ. Because if he was chinny, those shots would have got him out of there. You know what I mean? So it's very interesting and it's very bold to make that prediction because eventually that fight will happen at one point. Maybe or maybe not because, see, if Usyk beats Dubois, he takes that belt back as an undisputed champion 2 times, and then he'll fight one more again, and then it'll be the end. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Roy Jones Jr. stating that Anthony Joshua will beat Danny Dubois, or he can beat Danny Dubois in the rematch. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!